Hey everybody, Paul Canfield, Copper Key Realty and Waterfront, back to you with another of the 16,482 things make a difference when you're thinking or talking or doing anything with real estate. What am I doing now? I'm in somebody's house, obviously. I'm not at the office like a lot of my videos are, or in the car wash. So this one is a house we have listed on Parkside Circle. It's a new listing, just went live the other day. Today is Thursday. We're doing an open house Thursday evening. And as you see me keep looking away, that's because this is an open house, and so there might be people wandering in the front door. And I should probably, acknowledge them and talk to them and all that stuff. But point being, we're doing an open house now. We're doing another one on Saturday morning, 10 to 11. But I know the real question that was burning in your mind is, what do you do, Paul, at these open houses if nobody shows up? Well, let me give you a couple of insider tricks. One, it gives us agents a chance to really be at the house and get to know it better than we perhaps did on the listing appointment when we were talking with the owners and maybe there were kids and dogs around and other distractions. Now I have a dedicated amount of time that I am in the house, and especially if nobody shows up, I have nothing better to do than to learn about the house. What am I going to do? Well, first of all, I want to double check the data sheet. I want to make sure that the numbers are right. Perhaps the listing agent, might have been me, might have been somebody in my office, or you heard on other videos of mine that I've done open houses for agents at other agencies. So a good chance that a lot of these homes, like this one here, I've never been in before today. And so I want to double check that the data sheet has the correct information. If it says it has a gas furnace, does it really have a gas furnace? Does it have, says circuit breakers? Is it circuit breakers or is it fuses? I just want to make sure there are no errors on the sheet. Sometimes we take the data sheet from a prior listing and just reuse it, and that might carry errors forward from the past that we should have caught. Also though, our recommendation, when I say our, I mean me and anybody that works for my company, we prefer that sellers have a home inspection done prior to getting the house listed. And if there's things that the inspector finds that could be fixed, and if you're inclined to fix them, fix them. But even if you don't fix all the stuff on the inspection report, that's okay. People are much more comfortable buying something even if they know about the problems. It's just when problems crop up later that there's a problem. And so pretty much people are good with things as long as you tell them up front, here's what you're getting into. But with that inspection report and the seller disclosure reports, the condition report, perhaps the accessibility features report, which is a report that talks about how easy is your house to get around if you're incapacitated in some way. I want to take all those reports and I want to read through them and then walk around the house and compare notes. I want to see what the home inspector was talking about when they said there was a problem with this, that, or the other. Or when the seller says that this thing happened and we fixed it and whatever. Okay, I want to see it and get to know it and understand what's going on here. The third thing I'm going to do, especially with my own listings, is I'm going to peek in the closets. And you laugh and you say, ooh, I don't know if you should, we want the agents peeking in the closets. Well, I'll tell you what, if I'm peeking in the closet, for sure buyers are peeking in your closets. So whatever you have in your closets that you don't want strangers to see, take it out of the closet, box it up, put it in the garage, put it somewhere else. But people are going to look. They're going to look in the drawers in your kitchen. They're going to look in your medicine cabinet in your bathroom. They're going to look in your closets. They're going to look. And so I want to make sure that what we have in the drawers and the closets are good stuff for people to be looking at. Otherwise, the seller and I are going to have another talk. And so anyway, the open houses that we do tend to not be too long, often an hour, maybe an hour and a half, maybe two. So it's not like an all-day event, but I'll be here for a bit. And worst case, I brought a book. I'm going to read a book and educate myself a little better. But hopefully people show up and we'll talk to them. Now, you're saying, how many people would you expect at an open house? Well, this is a new listing, so on average, a new listing tends to get more action than an old listing. However, this is a Thursday night right now that I'm shooting this video, and Thursday nights, or actually weeknights, are generally not as common for open houses. And so, we just had daylight savings time, so it's going to be dark here shortly, and it's kind of weird to go out in the dark looking at homes. It's nice to be able to see the yard. And also, people aren't in the habit of it. They're not used to it. Usually they're on the weekends, a lot of times on Saturdays. And so if they're not thinking about it, it might not have hit their radar. But if they have an agent, when we have open houses, we put it into our MLS system, and that data gets extrapolated to all the other websites that are out there. So if you're on one of the big real estate websites like Zillow, Realtor.com, that should be there. Or if you're on some company website, if you're on a Coldwell Banker website or Redina Realty or Century 21, it'll be on all those sites. So if you're hooked up with an agent, they have you on a search, and if this property was within your range, you should have got an email saying, hey, here's this property. And by the way, there's an open house coming on this certain date. If all those things aren't happening, let me know. I'd be glad to help you out find these houses, preferably before they get to an open house so you can see them first. So anyway, if you want to talk more about open houses or what I do at them or why they're worthwhile, give me a call. Let's talk.